Good
Hello.
evening, everyone. How are you all doing? Hope you are all having a wonderful day, and we are glad you're here joining us for the stream. We are showcasing San Martin, so for those of you who had that in the prediction, well done. And I am in Almirante Irazar, the new kid on the block when it comes to Tier 10 Pan-American cruisers.
Yeah, both strangely AP focused, though Irazar does have the fallback option to fire a little bit of HE if the enemy angle doesn't present itself. Hope you guys are all doing well. If for those of you who caught us over the weekend, when we were live from Prague, hosting Warship Masters,
so
thanks for showing up.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you. We know that if you're watching this stream, you are more likely to be on NA time, and that means that the Warship Masters was very early in the morning for you. So we appreciate you if you did catch both that and this stream. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. But we are now back in Austin.
It was
live for you guys here.
A fairly easy journey as far as international travel goes. I've heard it's been more difficult to get to some of our other offices, according to zuiKatsu, who has had a little more experience than I have. I have not traveled internationally before this in many years, so I was very nervous, and really I ended up having almost nothing to be nervous about.
Yeah, the international travel has been streamlined greatly in recent years, thankfully. So, yes, we are now both in les chaises instead of les sofas.
Oui. Any good beer? Yes. We had the Pilsner Urquell, I believe, is the...
Yep, Urquell, I believe, is the brand name? The type brand name?
I'm not sure if it's a brand name or a type. Could be both.
I think it's
sort of a Kleenex situation. But did have some good beer. Had some good Czech food. Svitskova, I believe it's pronounced. Let's see. Who lost the most quacks? Well, we did have a lot of quackens. If you caught the stream, I was temporarily Lord of the Quackens because I had, I don't know, 6 or 7 balanced on me.
6, 7.
I would say Snarf is behind the camera. Just
he's gonna do it.
I had to throw one in because Snarf is not in front of the camera to do it himself.
Urquell's the brand. That's what I thought.
Okay.
But
no
it's essentially what happened to us in Prague is because they are well known for their pilsners, which were quite good, to be fair. That we had no choice of other beers other than pilsners.
Yeah, that was really all we were offered. Not that I'm complaining; it was good. But if you wanted another beer,
you were not getting one.
The pilsner or not. Also, Lukai, I'm impressed. I couldn't spell it. I was trying to describe it to my family, and I was trying to Google it. And no matter how many times it was said for me, until I had someone spell it out, I could not figure out how to spell it.
Yeah, the strange combination of letters in that name.
Why is the drop called Gamescom? Because it is Gamescom coming up.
Yeah, Gamescom is coming up. A couple of the CMs will be there, not us.
We will not be. We had our we've had our chance to travel internationally, and it is now gone. Now the enemy carrier is in fact dropping planes on my head, which, again, I've said it a million times, and I'll say it 1,000,001. Fighters don't spot, and spotters don't fight. So stop dropping fighters on enemies. They do nothing but get shot down. Although I do appreciate the plane kills.
And that is the prediction for this match.
That Immelman is being very brave.
Kills?
Yeah, I mean, the Immelman's been striking at our Hakuryu for what it feels like the entirety of the match. And our Hakuryu has lost what looks like about 10,000 HP. So he's trying for something.
He's doing his best.
So Gizmo, walk us through the mindset of using AP there versus HE against the destroyer.
I had switched to AP because I was going to target the side of the Immelman, and also I knew I would have my combat instructions up in a second. And the AP on the Irazar is pretty devastating when you have the combat instructions
The
up.
damage output and pen of those AP shells is nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, so I was pre-switching to the AP shells and so that's just what I had loaded when the destroyer popped up.
Well, that's no fun. That was a very mature answer.
You're expecting me to be completely unprepared?
No, I'm just trying to be a troll.
We have enough of those in chat. You don't need to help.
I like trolls.
And if those of you are, and for those of you wondering why I'm firing AP, it's because I don't have a choice.
Can we get a return of experimental ships? Now that's something I don't think I've ever heard before.
I don't think people actually want those back.
I see one person in chat, and that might be the first.
The only person. Because they were highly controversial when they first came out.
Not just when they first came out, they've remained highly controversial, I would argue, to this day.
Will we get a Kagi on test? I mean, if you're part of one of the testing programs and she enters the testing stage, then yes. Otherwise, I mean, I wouldn't be holding my breath.
Gizmo, please strike a good pose. Are you trying to make more memes of me, Krugels?
We have actually already passed my 1-year anniversary Panama.
I say Snarf's 1 year just passed. Zui and mine are coming up here in a couple of months.
End of the year, yeah. End of the year, start of next one.
That's the one you get. Bring back the hot tub game mode. When I first read that, I thought you were going to ask for a hot tub stream, and my answer was no. Hot tub game mode would be much better.
You can see one of the new carrier abilities here. Our carrier actually just put out the fires on our friendly bomber. Very cool. I hope I survive that shot, and then I will heal. If I don't survive it, it is what it is. I healed anyways.
Let's see, you got a Cyclone coming in just a couple of seconds, which I don't think is great for me. It's not awful.
It does let you get into close range, much safer.
But that Ohio is looking at me, and I don't like that.
I think he's looking at me. Well, we're right beside each other.
He's
looking at both of us.
He looks at me.
If he fires between us and has terrible dispersion, he'll hit both of us.
Ow.
I think he actually did hit both of us. But yeah, I'm trying to do the most damage I can to this Ohio while keeping that Los Andes behind that island. Essentially what I'm doing here. I don't know why I didn't pop my FQ yet, so I will do that.
I've got my concentrated AA going here.
Yeah, my bar is just about full.
Let's see. The Ohio wants me dead pretty darn badly. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop smoke and chill out here for a second. Let things kind of cool down. That's a double fire. I'm going to DCP that. Ohio secondary build is a beast. Ohio, as someone
Ohio is a beast.
Ohio
I think you can cut out all the other stuff. It's a beast.
Well, as someone who is a very big fan of secondary battleships, Ohio is one of the few I would actually advocate for running sort of a hybrid build, because your main guns are just very, very good. And you don't actually need to build full secondaries with Ohio, because even when you do, the American 5-inch secondaries don't have a ton of pen and are mainly good for starting fires and things. Those are torpedoes. Don't know where those come from. Don't like that, though. Pretty quick torpedoes.
It looks like we will be able to knock out this Ohio. I'm going to take one more salvo from him, but it should be all she wrote for him.
Yeah.
Next up, Los Andes.
Gonna go ahead and pop my combat instructions again, try and get some good damage on this Los Andes. Don't know where those torpedoes came from either, but I am flooding, and that makes it very hard to accelerate.
Let's watch Gizmo die.
Let's because I won't.
Can he do it?
I'm gonna take this one on the nose, I think. Oh, I'm just that good at this game, and you doubted me.
We'll be back.
Although I'm still face-to-face with the Los Andes at very close range. So I don't think I am too long for this roll regardless. But, darn it.
It's only a matter of time.
Let's see. Total, you know exactly who that was. There's only 3 of us here. If it's not me and it's not Zui, you know who the 3rd CM in the office is. Until we get a Misty Chew in here. That'll be
hopefully be soon. It has been a while.
But let's see.
Aha, hello Goliath. Actually had AP loaded for me, wow. That hurts.
Can you please fix the Duca d'Aosta FOV so you can play a DD? We know there are a couple of ships that when you use the airstrike, it has a weird FOV. That bug is being worked on. If you're referring to just a general FOV issue, please report that in a bug report on our Discord.
Oh, my dear Goliath.
Gizmo is quite a decent lead ahead on the prediction. Let's see if he can maintain it.
And what was the prediction?
Ooh, I can get more plane kills.
Ah. Oh, well, okay. The fact that the carrier dropped his fighters right on my head several times, that did help. Twitch? Are you okay, Twitch? Twitch is twitchy. There we go.
I will say, if you see us being extra sweaty gamers today, the air conditioning in the office seems to be
On the
a little slightly haywire, and if you know how hot it is in Texas right now, it's not a great time.
San Martin running like a guy here in Costco is open.
So when you popped your torpedoes there, were you trying to see cooldown, or were you trying?
Yeah,
to
I'm just wondering if they're up essentially,
Okay.
and they are now because I'm like focused on not exploding, and I'm not looking at my stuff on the bottom of my screen per se.
Total, do we not have fans? The PCs get fans, we don't.
And of course,
They're more expensive and more important.
What are you talking about? There's so many fans in chat.
That's true. In fact, chat is
No.
only fans.
We don't say that.
No, I'm just saying that only people that like us are in chat. What did you think?
Someone clip it.
The standing still in the San Martin was mostly to keep range on the Haragumo, like post Goliath killing, and unfortunately, the combination of all the torpedoes is a problem.
Krugels, I will go back through the chat. Right before the stream started, you did say love you, Gizmo. I'm pretty sure. So
But I think I did get value out of every single one of my heals, which is hard to do in the San Martin. And I feel pretty good about that.
It does look, by my estimation, that you were short by 7 plane kills. So the winner goes to your very own Sneezemo.
How many did you get?
boom, bang, firepower. Yeah, there you go, Krugels. You wanted to pose. That's the one. Live Gizmo reaction. Yes. Thanks again for that, Krugels. You're the best.
Oh, with the loss of that Haragumo, I think we're actually pretty happy here.
Arden, you're right. Zui should have been more squiggly. Should have been more wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Actually, I think I accelerated to dodge. I accelerated to attempt to dodge the Jaeger torps, and instead ate the double stack of the Immelman ones, which was slightly unfortunate. I mean, I got stood out once by the Goliath, but otherwise I think I was pretty okay.
Let's see, going back through chat here, City Slob, what are your thoughts about a very small no HUD tournament between the NA and EU CMs?
No HUD.
I mean, I'm trying to think of which ship would care the least about that.
Libertad.
Your
Libertad?
Valparaiso?
Although, if you didn't have a HUD, you would never be able to tell when your combat instructions are up.
You just spam it. You just press it.
You just
you just
F.
keep pressing the button.
Press F to delete enemy nearby ships. Yeah, Valparaiso probably wouldn't care too much. Anything with torpedoes would suffer because you wouldn't be able to see the gray line at all. I mean, now, admittedly, with enough experience, you can kind of guesstimate on your own, but having the gray line is, it's helpful to have that and then either aim ahead or behind based on what you think the enemy is doing. And if you just didn't have it at all, I feel like the torpedoes would be much more difficult. Regardless, I think a no HUD tournament probably would be... I don't know if the gameplay would be interesting to watch because we'd be kind of stumbling around in the dark. You're right, there is a chime when the combat instructions are charged. When you say no HUD, do you mean like no crosshair or anything, or just sort of the?
I mean, I play with the least crosshair possible, the Type 7.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean,
I'm halfway there.
Even even the crosshair, the little indication of your combat instructions. So Control J. So the whole thing, the whole 9 yards.
I think the main thing that would be difficult is seeing their HP and like, because a lot of the time, like especially more experienced players, like we're thinking like, how much HP do I have? How much HP do they have? Can I take this fight?
Oh, you wouldn't be able to
how much HP do I come out with?
Yeah.
Like at the end of it, and that's why I took that fight with the Goliath, because like I'm in a San Martin, like I'll eat a Citadel or two from him if I show all guns, but like I will win the fight in the end, because I can heal the Citadel healing. Yeah. I can heal the Citadel damage, and I'll win that fight, and then I can radar and kill the Haragumo. That was kind of like my rationale there. I just ate the unfortunate triple torpedo, like 2 from Immelman, 1 from Jaeger, just because of the double
is to watch this burning aircraft carrier.
Yeah, let's get on.
Let's give the people
something else to watch.
So
I
mean,
and then
let's go into like the Spanish,
the
Spanish stuff.
Show off the new
yeah.
And also anything with heals or like damage control, health, that would all be a nightmare to lose out on. That would be very, very rough. So let's see, tier 9. Triunfante. There we go.
Yeah, are we doing just doubling up on that? I guess we could.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
If 1 is good, 2 is better. And 3, well, that's just good business.
Might even have to show off an ASIM with this bad boy. It's pretty juicy.
Ooh, that would be good, but I think we gotta show off some randoms first. Total, you have a non-WoWs question. I mean, you're welcome to ask. We are more likely to answer WoWs related questions, given that that is the subject of the stream, but
egg rolls.
Someone asked about the Black Friday ships for this year. That would be something you would see in a DevBlog. So you will know what they are before the update happens, because that's the way the DevBlog.
But not that far ahead of when but not that far ahead of when it happens.
Crab Rangoons or Eccles? Oh, I'm Crab Rangoons all the way. Always Crab Rangoon.
Yeah, I know you are aware of one of them. It's not the most popular one, I know. But yeah, you'll know the whole full lineup of Black Friday ships closer to the event.
Yes, Marlboro is a distinct possibility.
I would almost say it's a high possibility.
Almost?
Almost.
I mean, it could potentially be a high possibility of maybe occurring.
You want the Marlboro V? I mean, it's a good thing you'll have a chance to get it.
It's true. I don't have the original Marlboro, so
really?
I want the.
I guess we'll split up since I spawned over here, and literally the only battleship my side is a Florida, which is hardly a battleship.
I think I'm going to need both zuiKatsu and Gizmo's help on this prediction, as we're looking for the single highest from a single fire or single salvo of damage.
Okay.
All right.
So ideally they have all guns lined up, but the rules are
sure.
Like a double click is all you get, and whatever number comes up, whoever gets the highest.
All right. I will try and keep track of when I get particularly juicy salvo.
That dude in the Southern Dragon have almost 9,000 games in this ship. That's crazy.
That's certainly something.
This guy. I mean, it is a good ship. I think it's aged pretty well. So,
Alessandro, the section showing the Spanish commander. If you are not on NA, it is not live yet. It will be live tomorrow for the other regions.
Do Rams while clicking count? I don't think so, unfortunately.
Where are the more recent devblogs? Haven't seen one around a month. Well, there have been more recent ones than that.
I mean, the reason why devlogs come around a month apart is because updates come about a month apart.
Yes.
So, as you can see in the title, we do have one for you today, and has been roughly a month.
Is the only way to get the Spanish commander by buying the containers? Currently, yes. That is the way to get them, is in the armory for doubloons. And then in the upcoming update, they will be available for tokens. So in the next update, they'll be available for the festive tokens.
Yep. And then, as always, for you can generally expect especially the unique commander containers to come around back into the armory at some point in the future as well. So, as you saw from the Commonwealth,
okay,
unique
well,
commander,
3,528. I'm on the board.
With a sterling lead, Gizmo runs in front of the pack.
It's the only way to get the Triunfante gambling or 61,000 gold. Currently, that's how it is in the armory. It's the sequential bundles for the containers, and then at the very end is the Triunfante.
6678 is now the record, I believe. With that salvo I just fired.
Doubling the score, we're up to 6,000 is the highest single shot.
Keep turning, Takao. Nah, he won't.
He's just outside the range of my alt fire, which means he's outside the range of my maximum damage. I'll have to worry when I throw it into maximum overdrive.
21,534.
Gee whiz.
Is now the record.
So for those who don't know, you want to explain what the F key does for it?
Yeah. So Triunfante is very much just a pretty standard battleship. She just shoot gun and take damage. She kind of has one cool little thing where she gains a ton of AP shell damage in exchange for, I believe, slightly slower reload and a very heavy cap on her maximum firing range at 14.5 kilometers. So if you're firing within 14.5, you're pretty happy. You're doing a ton of damage. Outside of it, she's just kind of an average, slightly below average, I would say, like gun ship. But otherwise, I mean, she is a battleship that shoot gun, as it were. And you can saw right, as you can see right there, that little flare that came off my ship. The first of Topete's procs has activated. Gives me a slight little bit of a heal. Always nice to have.
Also, I saw a comment in chat saying you need to announce the time as well as the date when you go live. If you're talking about the stream, both the time and date are in the Discord announcement, and there's the countdown in the launcher. If you're talking about an update, there is always a sort of localized time in the update article on the website.
And that NC is unfortunately not in funny button range, but the New Orleans is.
Looks like they are all over on your flank.
Yep.
Except for this St. Louis and a...
And the cool thing about having that like significantly reduced maximum range is, like, you saw I just fired at the New Orleans and I was not spotted.
Yeah, that's true. It's the same as the sort of Italian destroyers, where you can actually make the very short range work for you.
Trying to see if we can get a light on something or other on this side of the map. But they're definitely all behind the island.
Let's see, that was only
a little annoying.
7,500, so not quite up to your, what was it, 28?
21,000 so far is the record.
This Congress...
do you count? I got two different damage numbers, but it was 27.
That was the same.
It was the same shot.
Same salvo,
yeah.
So...
27,000.
27,000.
This Congress really has no regard for where I'm sailing. It's completely cut me off. Now, the Triunfante does suffer from the same drawback that ships like the Duncan, the St. Vincent, and the Scarlet Thunder do, where your main battery turret that is amidships has to turn in about 270 degrees if you ever switch flanks.
Yeah, which is what I'm doing right now, unfortunately.
So that makes it a little hard to bring to bear sometimes.
And Gizmo, as our resident history buff, would you like to share the illustrious history of the Triunfante?
Yeah, so the Triunfante is a hypothetical design for the Spanish, because it is based on a British design that could have been given or sold to the Spanish, and then after the Revolution, it would have been rearmed with Italian weaponry. So as you can see, the secondary battery is comprised of Italian 90 and 135 millimeter guns, whereas the main battery are these 406s that again are in different turrets than the British versions of the ship because they're Italian, so they're a little more square. And yes, a British ship sold to Franco's Spain. Again, this is contingent on history going a little differently. Obviously, they would not have been as inclined to work with them, given the state of their government, but if things had gone differently, they might have been more collaborative, and so they would have been potentially willing to sell this design, or at least a British company would have been willing to build this design for export. As that was fairly common for British shipyards and American shipyards at the time to build ships for smaller nations that really didn't have the infrastructure. They would purchase them from British or American companies. In the same way that the Kearsarge is a Gibbs and Cox design that was originally designed for the Soviets.
If anyone in chat knows, does Iwami have an overmatchable nose?
I believe it's 32.
32? Okay.
Because I think the Iwami is just a standard battleship. But I could be wrong. I am mortal. Why is Triunfante does not have the same funny button as Victoria? Because it is a different ship. But I mean,
it's pretty blunt about it, but yeah.
But yes, I mean, I get your point, right? Why does it not have the same flavor as a lot of the other Spanish ships where it has a burst fire? And that's just because sometimes ships are the same, sometimes, I guess, premiums, excuse me.
37,000.
Premiums in particular may vary more from their tech tree counterparts. So...
Ouch. No, one of my turrets is knocked
I'm
out.
glad that the prediction is closed because I feel like it would start sweating heavily towards Gizmo, or sorry, to Zui, but it is pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, the point of a prediction is that it has to be, predicted and not
just known
after the fact.
I could dev strike this Neptune if he pops up again.
I think I'm dead. Because he's gonna have the angle.
There's a Cleveland.
Never mind.
He's outside in the funny button, but he
one turret is all it takes.
Outside my range. Oh boy, that's Neptune. How dare you just pop up as soon as I fire? I wanted to dev strike you. Oh, and I only did 5,000 damage to the Cleveland, and the Neptune's gonna have torpedoes away.
They're both Duncans, I believe.
They're both based on the same project, which I believe is I3. They are not the same ship. Again, the secondaries and the main battery turrets.
Oh, I got the kill on the Cleveland right at the end.
Oh, gee whiz. Okay, yeah, Zui got that one. I only did just shy of 50,000 damage. Again, you were on the flank where all the enemies ran to, and I was on the flank where they all ran away.
And Triunfante is definitely a very... Like, you would like to play within your 14.5 kilometer range, for sure. So yeah, I think my largest hit was 37 against the...
Krugels, so it's, again, the same sort of design planning, but it produced a series of designs, and so these are the I3s as opposed to the G3s.
Oh my god. Look at this. I did 59,000 damage in 5 shells.
Unbelievable.
To the Iwami. That was unfortunately not all in one salvo, but...
City Slob, I understand that would... There's a very specific request, and for the sake of chat, we might not be able to do a no-HUD co-op battle. But I appreciate the ingenuity. I love you, World of Warships. We love you too, buddy. We love all of our fans.
Is Kitakami getting an FQ with 95% torpedo buff? I think that might make it too strong.
Please, yes.
It might, but there's only one way to find it.
And they all reload at the same time?
Yes. Give me back my Kitakami without sequential reload.
Can you play New Jersey? No.
No, we cannot. We do not have New Jersey. We cannot play New Jersey.
When it comes out for testing, we will be able to play it, but we will still not be able to show you it until such time as her NDA releases.
Which is in 15/11.
Yeah.
Which is much later this year. Gizmo trying to get it buffed. I have played very little of this ship so far. I like it, but I think it's a bit too early.
It is a little unwieldy, let's say. Her turret traverse is quite slow. Her hull, I mean, I'm not a fan personally of the Duncan hull. I think it's just like the rear half is entirely pointless. So
chat, you're right. We should play the TMNT content is back in the armory.
That's true.
Let's you take the Napoli, I'll take the Schlieffen.
No, I cannot take the Napoli.
Oh, that would be a command battle. You're right. So you gotta take the Schlieffen. I guess I'll take the Napoli then. Chat, for those of you that don't know, zuiKatsu has never played the Napoli. He has never played it in a random battle. He has 0 battles. All of the XP he has on that ship was harvested illegally.
Illegally?
It was not in a random battle, so how else could you have done it?
Is there a possibility for us to learn something about the Rodina? You'll learn more about the Rodina in a DevBlog.
In a DevBlog.
Which is unfortunately not what we were doing today. We are doing a DevBlog. It is not that DevBlog.
It is unfortunately not Rodina, and I will go ahead and spoil it now. It is also not Yari. I'm sorry, chat.
Very unfortunate.
Uh,
I forgot my because it's
Oh,
the Schlieffen and not the Zuckerhoff, I can't just throw my Lutyens on it.
Arden, you scare me less in the 5644, so go ahead and do that. I'm not a fan of facing you in either, but if it has to be one of them.
Alrighty, let's do this. So it's the tier 11 German DD then? No, it is not.
Why is Kitakami 560,000 tokens, but New Jersey is only 400? Because Kitakami is a legendary ship, and New Jersey is an epic rarity ship. Chose poorly.
Ah, look at the map we're on. Lucky us.
Yeah. And there's no Arden in a submarine trying to kill you for not being squiggly enough.
It's not ocean.
It's not ocean. What's the prediction for?
Chat turtle fight. Whatever.
Oh, is this for Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo? Oh, Team Foot Clan, Team Turtle. Okay, so how does one win the prediction then?
It is apparently up to the discretion of our producer.
No, it's a chat. They're fighting. I get to see the percentages. Right now, Team Foot Clan is at 84%. Team Turtle is 16.
Right, but
Go
what are they
help out your turtles.
What are they predicting?
They're fighting. Whoever has the highest wins.
Okay.
I feel like this should be a poll and not a prediction.
No, it's
Maybe.
a prediction.
Okay.
I accidentally fired there. Did not mean to do that. Oh, Krugels ended up with Arden. Well, good luck, Krugels.
Yeah. For those who, I think someone said in chat how to play Napoli. Super average. I'm I'm quite unfortunately well aware how to play Napoli. I just as a kind of a bit, I refuse to do so despite me being Yikes's
a very good
main Napoli player in our kind of 8-season run of winning every single clan battle season. I was the Napoli player for the clan. And I just
last chance for Team Turtle.
Intentionally never played the ship in randoms.
There's so much Quackens they could harvest. Oh, boo. Team
Rygar, I don't
wins.
believe Kitakami was ever free for rank 1. There was a ship that was, and that was Flint a long time ago.
But that was for multiple seasons, was it not? You had to get rank 1 in multiple seasons.
Yes.
Yeah. Flint and Black, both.
I would say rank 1, I think Flint was once, and then Black was several times.
Something like that, yeah.
But I don't believe Kitakami
It used to be a trade-in reward for the Jolly Roger? Jolly Roger flags. The same way the Stalingrad flags, you got one per clan battles Typhoon placement. I think you had to play 30 battles in Typhoon to get the Stalingrad flag, and then if you had 3 Stalingrad flags, you could trade them in for the Stalingrad, and then eventually that got changed into steel instead.
I'm going to game return.
That's what your smoke is for.
Bad idea. Ow.
That's what your smoke is for.
Yeah. Thought I didn't need it. I need it. I need it. Insert SpongeBob meme. Ow. Double fire.
I guess we're gonna have the ye old hydro standoff across the island here.
Something
Maybe?
like that.
I do have my hydro running for us, so
I could put my spotter plane up, I suppose.
I'll have them up in short period of time here. It shouldn't be long. Honestly, that Vermont is more scary than these two, to be honest.
I'm surprised the Thor did not radar me. That's the other reason. I didn't think I needed to smoke because I figured it would just get wasted because the Thor would radar me immediately.
Maybe he forgot he has a radar.
It's entirely possible.
There's a hydro up, so Manteufel's up. Did a little bit of damage to the Kitakaze, but nothing to write home about.
Oh, jeez. The Thor had a shot over the island. Oh boy. Fairly lucky to be alive. Gonna go ahead and try and run away.
You know, I said that the Vermont was scary, and he's firing HE so.
Ah, well, that's slightly less scary.
But I will turn myself around and get back into the game shortly, I hope. Drops should always be on. Whether they are particularly nice drops is usually another question, but for the official stream, we should always have drops enabled.
Let's see, depth charges. Ah, I got a direct hit. And I get my heal.
Hello, Mr. Manteufel. We do secondary battle here. At least until such time as Thor ruins our party.
Go ahead and just drop another depth charge there, because I feel like it.
Sometimes you just feel the call of the submarine.
World of Warships is a very vibes-based game.
It's a vibes-based game.
Oh, I hit him. It was a splash, but I still hit him. So,
Splash is all you need to get that oil spill indicator.
and there it is.
Let's see if I can do something about that.
And chat, it's a relatively niche mechanic, but if you hit Control X, you can lock your armament. And I like to do that when I'm engaging a submarine with an airstrike while maneuvering, because that means my guns don't start.
Aha! Thank you for the oil spill. I got the salmon.
How did you prepare the salmon? Was it like a miso or like a honey glaze?
I'm a big fan of raw.
Clip it, chat. Yeah, I'm glad Snarf caught that one too. Wood plank, that is, I was going to say, I can get just a salmon fillet on a wood plank already from HEB, and it is delicious.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who know, like, I'm from Vancouver. We do the salmon, so I'm a big fan of salmon, kind of in general.
Ensign Cthulhu, what goes on between you and Mrs. Cthulhu is your business, and it does not need to be in our Twitch chat.
Slightly TMI.
Don't even want to think about how that works. San Antonio, I know the HEB, I don't think they've ever said San Antonio.
This has been a quite slow game. This is actually like only like three ships dead so far.
Also, yes, chat, salmonella is not from salmon, it is from chicken. Contrary to how it sounds.
He said salmon.
Ouch.
HEB is everywhere in Texas. There are like 4 or 5 within as many miles.
That double fire really really grinds my gears. That is very annoying.
You know what really grinds my gears? When they misalign and operate at different speeds.
No. I probably should have had my. Oh, lucky me.
Okay, well, didn't think I could spot that, but I did. Jack Minnick, I appreciate your expert input, but I would hope that any home cook knows to prepare chicken, you know,
adequately,
because that's how you get salmonella. Yes, I think you can technically get salmonella from other things. It's just most commonly from chicken.
Go secondaries, go! No. Stolen from me.
Stole it from you. I had a lot of damage on him. See, the Vermungus is out there.
The old brick.
That is an old-looking brick. It doesn't have the space shuttle skin.
Speaking of the space shuttle skin, it is one of the King of the Sea camos, and if you didn't catch the Warship Master stream and the ensuing announcement on the King of the Sea server, I have announced that King of the Sea obviously will be taking place this year, and chances are you will be able to get the old King of the Sea camos at some point during King of the Sea this year.
And the Vermont space shuttle is one of the best camos in the game.
Thor torpedoes. Or maybe the
it is
torpedoes.
Second, in my mind, only to the one that you could just get from WMI, which is the Viscount of Victory for St. Vincent.
There is indeed a new camo for King of the Sea this year. I have not yet announced what it actually is going to be, but
I know what it is.
There is.
I'm going to say it. I can say it.
You could say it.
King of the Sea will be regionals will be occurring throughout October on a couple of weekends. I'm kind of giving the regionals, for example, like Asia last year got like some 90+ teams, whereas NA does not usually get that much as far as like population goes. So I'm giving them the kind of discretion to run as many days of regionals as they need. So throughout October, you can say, is regionals. And into November 7th, 8th, and 14th, 15th are our dates for internationals.
We need to start linking permanent econ bonuses with the camos. I mean, I think that would potentially be more of an incentive, but also, have you seen the camos? They are really cool.
I probably shouldn't have fired my guns, actually. I would have been
how they used to
dark in your smoke.
They did used to be that way, but it also meant that you used to be tied to whatever the aesthetics of the camo were, even if you didn't like it, because if the econ bonus was good, it was just more important to have that, which meant a lot of people were running around Mosaic and
Spring Sky.
El
Clasico.
And then you would get immediately targeted because people knew you were trying to grind. And they would be mean.
Oh my god, I'm alive.
I'm sure this comes as a shock to chat. No one's ever heard of someone being mean in a video game online. But I'm here to warn you that it can happen to you. Which is why it's important we all do our part to be nice to each other. Except that Thor. I killed him.
The Kirakaze is still spotting me. I need to not be spotted. Smile.
Alright, so Gizmo.
Yes, sir.
How many secondary hits did you have?
132.
Alright. zuiKatsu. You need to get over 100 more main battery hits.
What?
Wait a minute. He's in a secondary ship.
I mean, I'll try. I don't think there's
would
enough.
be thrilled. Lucians would go nuts if you got. I think it's 140 for his
140 main battery hits. Yeah.
Does anyone remember the star camos from years ago? Kitakaze in Edinburgh. Yeah, I have a star Kitakaze.
I think if that Sevo lands near me and doesn't kill me, I'll get another heal. Nope, not quite. Oh, I don't have the 2 mil potential damage thing. No. I'll just keep trying to waste time. Waste the Vermont's time, that is. Sitting around out here. Plinking away at him.
A lot of torpedoes are going around B.
It's not so much that it's rigged for EU players. It just happens that EU is in between the United States and Asia.
Jodo,
And
if
it is
you weren't aware, at least for Warship Masters, which, by the way, occurs at the exact same times. Like, the Warship Masters and King of the Sea occur at the same time of the day. The previous Warship Masters was won by Resin on NA, and the most recent one was won by CL from China. So, I mean...
But if you're talking about the rewards that go to players who are not competing, you do have to watch the stream for that. But, I mean, hand on heart being honest here, for the WMI 2024, I had Twitch pulled up on my phone in my pocket at a family event because I wanted the camo. And it was early in the day, and I think I was getting breakfast. And so I just had my phone out to get the camo. So if I can do it, you can do it too.
Oh, thank you, Nevsky, for radaring the Kitakaze. Unfortunately, it looks like my secondaries don't quite know that they can fire over that island, but hopefully he goes down. I mean, the vast majority of the rewards are for the players who actually participate in the tournament, right? As you would expect.
But again,
but yes, we understand that is a problem, and unfortunately, without there isn't really a solution to that, unfortunately, because we just have to sit between North America and Asia, and Europe is where that happens to be.
Have you considered warping space-time?
Have you considered doing what I said and just have it on your phone while you're doing something else?
Yeah, Necroman. We go live slightly. We went live slightly early to do kind of like a pre-roll, intro to the tournament, all that kind of stuff. But the game started at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. PST. Because obviously players are not happy when they whatchamacallit. Players are not happy when their start times get pushed up.
When are the next clan battle season? In all caps. I believe that was in a DevBlog, but I do not have that information off the top of my head.
Yep. It's tier 8 5v5. It runs through, I forget which it should run through 15.8 and 15.9. The exact dates of which I don't recall off the top of my head.
Let's see.
Nice.
Well done.
Were you able to get over 132 main battery hits?
No.
Were you able to get 132 secondary battery hits?
Yes.
You were. How many did you get?
219 or something.
Was the prediction specifically him getting more main battery than my secondary battery?
It was.
I am offended at your lack of faith in me because that is a much higher bar.
Yep, 239.
Wow, that's a little hurtful, Snark. Validated apparently, but hurtful. All right, what else shall we run? We've done the TMNT. We have
we can give it up to chat to give us another suggestion, maybe. Maybe give us a tier, but like don't let them pick tier 2 again.
We've done the Mikasa. The clip is on YouTube.
Hello, Legionnaire. Welcome to the
Legionnaire.
stream. And Ethan's Alliance, which I unfortunately do not own.
I do.
Are you gonna play the Alliance?
Legionnaire said I had to. Does Legionnaire still hold seniority?
You should get Arden in your division for it.
Arden, are you in chat?
I mean, Napoli got a bunch of big buffs. Despite being already quite good, she got her secondary range increased to 11 point whatever it was with the commander skill rework, and then she got a spotter plane.
Yeah,
So,
she does very well.
That's crazy.
Rio and Agincourt, Ochotnik, that's a couple of tier 5 ships.
Yeah, tier 5.
Tier 7.
The convoy ships. I guess we could play the currently existing convoy ships. That is possible.
True. I have Prince Vanaranya. Yeah, 60-second flash.
Lightning fast.
Take the Makarov.
That is a strange choice. I mean, I've heard anyone speak about Makarov in a long time.
I would say I did open Christmas crates all those years ago, and therefore have a Makarov, just like anyone else who opened a Christmas crate that season.
Hey, Asgard, welcome in.
Alliance is tier 8. Does the TMNT Schlieffen camo work on the clone? No, it does not. It is
Unfortunately,
tied to the
no.
Schlieffen.
It is Schlieffen and Schlieffen alone. The von Zuckerhoff is very technically a different ship, even though she is obviously a clone of the Schlieffen.
Played Mikasa on the new low tier ops in the PT server.
The poll is running. There is approximately 50 seconds left. If you want to see a tier
Mikasa's main guns are not are barely worth firing.
It is a secondary battleship. It is the most secondary battleship of all the secondary battleships. It's more secondary focused than Libertad, than Schlieffen, because they at least have functional main guns. You cannot play the Mikasa as a not secondary battleship if you want to do anything with it.
Looks like we are neck and neck, Alliance and T7, but Super Ships is slightly ahead.
Super ships.
Austin
Super
isn't
Ships
really
is
Texas.
pulling
Someone
even
should tell that to
further
the
ahead.
city of Austin. You know, the capital of Texas.
It looks like it's going to be Super Ships with a resounding 59.
Okay,
ships.
super ships it is.
I have a whole 2 options for that, but I can roll with it.
I have a lot of options, which maybe I don't know.
See, I'm gonna put an econ booster on so I don't lose all of my money.
Yep.
People who live here don't go to Austin for food, least good food. Okay, well if you're considering all of the suburbs as separate from the city of Austin, it gets slightly worse, but I think there's still good food in Austin.
Pretty much everywhere.
Like Like, there's a lot of good barbecue in Austin. There's, downtown has some really cool restaurants.
I think they just mean it's not like Texan food.
In which
Austin
case,
is...
yes, I would say go a little bit outside of Austin to Round Rock, or even a little farther north. I know there's some good places in like Pflugerville. You don't have to go too far to get good barbecue. Is there a premium version of Gneisenau now? Not as far as I don't think so.
Scharnhorst is about as close as you get, right?
Yeah, Scharnhorst, but you don't get the 15-inch guns. They'd hate Columbus, Ohio, too. I love Columbus. Columbus is a great city. Spent a lot of time there. Obviously, I used to live in Ohio. Had a lot of friends there.
The only thing Austin has is traffic.
It does have a lot of that.
It can get pretty bad, but I feel like it's,
I would say that's a city.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, if you can find me a city that doesn't have a traffic problem that also has people in it.
The premium version of Gneisenau is called Siegfried. That's a good one. I guess you could consider it that.
Excuse you, it is Sevastopol. Did I put flags on the ship? Yes, I did. Okay, good. I do not take this ship out very often. As anyone who interacts on Discord knows, I am perpetually low on credits, and so the super ships are not good for me.
We should make him only play super ships on stream.
Please, no. Please. My tier 9 premiums are all I have left.
And he's not allowed to use eco boosts.
God. See, Texas barbecue or Brazilian Argentine. It has both. There's some good Brazilian steakhouses around here, but there's also a lot of good Texan barbecue. There's also good Mexican food and good Tex-Mex.
I mean, shoot me, I guess, but I am not a fan of Tex-Mex.
I am not going to shoot you for that. That's incredibly violent. Why would I do that? That seems very extreme.
It seems very Texan.
I suppose, but... what happens when you run out of credits? If you run out of credits and you cannot pay the repair cost for your ship, it will be locked until you have enough credits to then use it. And then if you want to play it again, you must pay the withheld repair cost. So you don't get banned from playing the game. You don't have to go and grind at tier 1. It's just that the ship will have a little icon on it.
If you happen to play through every single ship in your port and not be able to pay their repair costs, tier 1s do not have repair costs.
I suppose that is true.
I guess you could theoretically be locked into playing tier 1.
But if you have any sort of premium ship and you manage to lose money while playing it, and I guess maybe you're AFK, I don't know. Also, you don't need to keep tier 1s in your port. Tier 1s are free, I guess, as long as you have a port slot.
Yep. Side quest: get every ship restricted in port. I guess you could try.
Honestly, I thought about it, but then I realized how impossible it would be to lose money on a tier 9 premium. But I've had instances where I've been locked out of my super ships. The repo man came and took the keys and wouldn't let me back on the bridge.
Oh, the enemy Annapolis is contesting B. I guess I should be over there. I wanted to have some fun farming battleships, but I guess that is not my fate today.
You're in a super ship. They're not supposed to have fun. What are you talking about? We're here to win and lose credits. You want WoWs to have an endgame screen like World of Tanks. It has no info on other players' game stats. That is feedback we've received. Other than saying we're aware that some players want that, I don't have any more information for you at the moment. But we do obviously communicate with, our fellow wargaming titles, and what they do well, we try to learn from.
Trying to aim using the minimap here against the Yamagiri.
He's in my secondary range. He's going to die pretty quickly.
Yeah. If he drops, I can radar him, but it looks like he's not necessary.
He was also like 2 kilometers away from a daring. So he was not.
I'm hoping our daring lives. Looks like he's dodged the first set of torps.
I'm not sure what he was firing at.
Maybe it was you.
No, it was definitely not me. And then I think maybe he was firing at the daring, but the daring moved.
Darings are quite capable of moving, in fact.
Quite a daring play, really, but...
There is danger all over the map for a little 30mm cruiser like me.
I wouldn't say you're a little cruiser. There is very little that is little about the Annapolis.
Our firing range, maybe? It's a little short.
What time will the new devlog be shown? We generally show it about halfway through the stream, so
which
probably
would be right about
this
now,
game.
after this game.
When you actually fix your game and take action against major issues, you're going to have to be a little more specific. I mean, we do obviously update the game once a month. We fix bugs. We implement changes. We just, change the AA system, like matchmaking, CV spotting. Again, carriers just had a change, or at least AA just had a change, which should make it easier for ships with worse AA to shoot down aircraft and therefore fight back against plane spotting. The matchmaker, I don't think we have anything particular to share about that right now, but...
It is not something that is not being looked at.
Yes, it is not being looked at. But it's also one of the most important and therefore delicately handled aspects of the game, because literally everything else depends on it. Divisions in ranked, unless you and your compatriot are exactly the same rank, I don't think that would be possible. Also, there are torpedoes coming, and I can't go further. So this is probably going to sting a bit. And,
you do have a lot of HP.
I do have a lot of HP, and decent torpedo protection, but...
You're about to lose a lot of HP.
I'm going to lose a lot of HP, but I'm not dead. Yet. There's a Preußen that wants to change that.
I have found my little hidey hole, apparently. Never mind, the Fondatori wants my side. Ouch. That could have been worse. Friendly Fondatori fact, you can, in fact, fire AP.
Oh, there's more torpedoes. Gee whiz, the gearing is just all over me.
What is my death cam?
How do you know if you have the original Missouri or later released?
If you take a look at your bonus package, it'll have a different credits multiplier compared to the, like if you go and look at another Tier 9 premium, it'll have a different number. That's the main thing.
ETA on the devblog after this match.
Yep.
How can the new AA mechanics? Yes. So previously, you had the priority sector where you would press O or tilde, and it would be 180 degrees of your ship, and it would be an instantaneous damage boost and then increasing AA over a short duration. Now instead, it's not an aimed skill. It is 360 degrees around your ship. You tap O, and you do more damage, essentially. As your AA guns fire, whether that is active or not, you charge your concentrated AA fire progress bar, I guess. When that is fully charged, you then hold O for about a second, and that drastically increases your AA firepower. The important thing to note is you cannot use that concurrently with defensive AA priority. So the short tap O, if that has just been used or is on cooldown, you cannot then use the concentrated AA fire until that is off cooldown.
Walk us through your mindset here, Zui. What do you
I'm hoping that the gearing does not come around the corner because he's scared until such time as my radar is back. And if that doesn't happen, I run away. But until then, I'm not spotted, and I'm pretty happy just being here. I just don't think I should open up, because I don't think these 3 battleships actually have like a real target other than me. Unfortunately, I am spotted, so...
You've been playing World of Warships since 2011 when it was called World of Battleships. It was then called World of Battleships. I don't even think it was in alpha testing, though, under that name, was it?
Yeah, I don't think it lived more than a couple months under that name.
Heard during Fleet Fest that you plan to include multi-server matchmaking outside of Tier 1 to 4. Cross-server matchmaking is something we mentioned in our roadmap, but other than that, there really isn't other news to share at the moment. But as always, with new information, there would be a DevBlog. You tested ships in 2011. Okay.
So would this be an opportunity to use your burst fire, or do you still want to save it?
Oh, well, I would have used it against him, but he's dead. And unfortunately, I don't think I did enough damage to the gearing to actually scare him.
I think this is what they call a rock in a hard place.
Yeah. And a literal rock.
Yeah, so that game, I mean, I dove in close because I thought I could kill the gearing and the Annapolis. I just couldn't in my two radars on the gearing. The first one I didn't have an angle on him. I just hoped my daring would shoot him, I guess. And the second one I just didn't do enough damage because I only had my rear guns. I mean, obviously hindsight is 2020. I should have just been like at H2 or something and killed the battleships. And that would have been a very simple,
Before you exit,
simple game.
Hold on this screen and we can transition over to the DevBlog, because we do need to see who got more credits for this prediction.
It's not going to be me.
Right. I guess.
I can,
do you want to pop open the DevBlog here?
I will pull over the DevBlog if we are on. Here we go. DevBlog is up. Snarf is not canonically dead. He is behind the camera.
Being off camera is pretty much like being dead.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Are we so ephemeral that as soon as we are out of the public eye, we vanish?
It's so cold. Why is it so dark? I see my parents.
What? Snarf, are you okay?
All right. Okay, let's scroll it down just very slowly here.
So this is a balance change.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of balance changes. Yes. So let's give them the first line. Like which ships are being touched.
So that's a lot of them. Oh, that's several ships. Oh, that's a lot of ships. Oh, that's even more. Oh my goodness.
Do you guys see a common thread here between all of these ships? Let's see if someone notices in chat. What is the common factor across this strange set of battleships?
I see it already.
Yeah. People have got it. It's the radar battleships.
So all of these are the battleships with radar. And now, sort of in the same way that Pioneer has a prep time, battleships with radar will have a preparation time at the beginning of the battle of 270 seconds. So whereas cruisers can still go, or even destroyers with radar, can be much more aggressive, battleships with radar now have a delay from the start of the battle.
Yeah,
until
so if you guys have played like Pioneer or some of the cruisers who have a prep time on their submarine surveillance, for example, similar deal here. It's going to be much more difficult to be super aggressive in those radar battleships.
Yes,
especially early on in the game. Obviously, they'll still have that utility as you go forwards throughout the mid game and end game. But at least for the start of the game, these battleships, many of which are quite fast and can play quite aggressively, will not have their radar to start the game.
LDR 135. This is literally the first line of the DevBlog. Before you say that those ships haven't gotten nerfed, I would advise you to let us go through any of the rest of this DevBlog. But continuing on with the very next line, the Thor is getting a slight nerf. Its detectability range is going from 15.1 to 15.6.
Yeah, pretty simple. Little tiny nerf to its concealment.
Adjustment. So Katsanis is now having its torpedoes changed.
I believe this is a buff.
I believe so. It is now
to have Gdansk's torps essentially.
Yes. So They have maximum damage of 11.2, range of 10, very high speed, fairly standard pan-European destroyer torpedoes.
Yep.
So going a little further, this one makes me a bit sad. This one hurts my heart a little bit, chat, but
it was bound to happen.
It was necessary. Cleveland is getting a nerf. Its main battery reload is going from 6.5 to 7 seconds. So
for those of you who were fans of Montpellier, that means that they now actually have the same DPM. Obviously, Montpellier does have some trade-offs. For its increased accuracy, it does have the lack of the rear turrets being 360. So now you have the trade-off between like Cleveland having its 360 turrets versus Montpellier having its having the heightened accuracy.
Yes. So they are still slightly different ships, but now Cleveland is being brought more into line with it.
Can you share that page link? After the stream ends, we will. Yes. It will go live after the stream ends. We are looking at our own build of it right now. So
yes. Anchorage is getting a slight buff from
15.5
to 14.5. So Anchorage, again, not a super common ship.
Yeah, very old dockyard ship. One of the first dockyards? ?
Yes. Mountain. I will continue to scroll. I understand. I guess Zui's head is currently over a little bit of this.
I'll try to.
This will continue to.
Yeah,
move.
As it scrolls up, you'll be able to see more of it.
And then this DevBlog will be live after the stream. Constellation. So in addition to having its radar changed along with the rest of the radar battleships,
getting a little bit of a buff to her guns.
Yes. So
quite a large buff to her guns.
Yes.
let's not beat around the bush there.
Although the shell arcs are floatier, but the armor penetration and the damage is increased.
Yeah, they're the heavier shells that that you would find on the other USN battleships.
Missouri is getting a buff in addition. Oh.
Starf, I think you're moving me the wrong way.
This is the opposite of a solution. So Missouri, in addition to its radar being changed to have a delay, is getting a buff. So its main battery reload is changed from 30 to 28 seconds.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a here give me a little bit of something for Missouri. I think players are still and I personally still think it's lag behind the Iowa and obviously the Wisconsin, as far as the Iowa class battleships goes. But there's a 2 second buff.
Constellation is already trash. It needs a massive buff. Well, first of all, I don't think it was trash before. I've used it.
Yeah, I think Constellation is pretty good.
Effect. Although its radar is getting nerfed, its AP shells, as we just said, are getting a fairly sizable buff. So your armor penetration goes up by 5 to 10%, and they do a little under 1,000 more damage. But going on to the another American light cruiser in that line.
I still feel like Cleveland is preferable to Seattle, but I mean it's definitely a nice little quality of life thing.
Yeah, just a little one.
I'm gone.
Tiny zuiKatsu. Baby zuiKatsu.
You need to add a filter to my voice too.
Oh no. Use a little bitty zuiKatsu. So his main battery traverse is now from 22.5 to 18 seconds, which is a little better.
A little better. It's I mean, I don't think anyone would be too surprised to hear me say that I think Cleveland is still definitely the highlight of the line.
Chat, I'm letting you see it. Chat, Hawaii. There you go. For someone who said we wouldn't nerf Hawaii, there's the nerf.
She's getting buffed.
Yeah. That's exactly what that is. So Hawaii's main battery reload time is increased from 6 to 6.5.
Doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean that's like a 9% just DPM nerf. So.
And that does also affect the alt fire because that is as a percentage of your base reload rather than a flat sort of reload time. And then all of these German cruisers.
That's a lot of them.
That is a lot of them. So the percentage of non-citadel damage that can be restored goes up from 50 to 60%.
Which is great for me. I'm a big fan of Hindenburg. And the line as a whole, Hindenburg and Clausewitz, I don't remember how far down this stretches, but they do all have an increased number of heal charges. Now each heal will also be more effective.
At least in Citadel or non-Citadel damage.
Yes. So don't get Cit. But yeah, I think Hindenburg is definitely one of those, like, it was the third tech tree line, right? Tech tree cruiser after Des Moines and Zhao, and has, I don't know, I feel like there was a big thread on Reddit recently about it. I feel like it has aged quite well.
Tier 2 to 5 don't have heals, not on their own, but there are operations, there are carriers that now have a heal, there are other things that heal and allow you, some heals are just a flat percentage and don't care about how the damage was received, but for heals that do, this will affect those low tier cruisers as well. Manteuffel is getting a nerf.
A bit of a necessary one. She's kind of out of line in that whole tech tree line. I would say Adalbert is acceptably strong in tier 10, but Manteuffel was a little bit of a menace at tier 9.
Yeah, it was very, very good for some tier 9 ranked and some tier 9 clan battles. So its secondary armor is getting nerfed. For the 128s, it's 4.1 to 4.8, and for the 150s, it is 4.6. So
that is a pretty sizable nerf. Like, if you think about it in percentages, like 7.7 seconds out of from a base 4.1 second reload is quite a bit. Z44 is getting a slight buff. Yep. Nice to have for the supposedly torpedo focused premium.
So it goes from 7.3 to 7.0. And then the British heavy cruisers, for at least the mid tiers, so the tier 5, 6, 7, and 8, the HE shell penetration has been increased to 25%. So instead of the 1/6, they now have the quarter caliber penetration.
Yeah. I was actually not unaware that they didn't already have this, considering that they're part of that that cruiser line. But yeah, it's definitely a nice little buff to have, especially for the Devonshire Surrey and Albemarle. Like 34 is below the common like USN battleship plating, for example, and now you will get above that 38mm threshold. So
yes, that is the British heavies, and then the Barfleur is getting its detectability range nerfed.
I was a little bit confused to see this, but I mean, she's quite a good ship. She's quite a good destroyer. And honestly, I just don't see very many of them. I would not be surprised.
What is Snarf doing?
Apparently, I'm just moving.
He's laughing behind I can just see the top.
I'm a little baby right now. So as to not block the words on the DevBlog.
But yes, Barfleur is getting a nerf. And then all of the alt line of Zui is a voice in our heads. This blog is it's just me. And also total no, I don't have Discord open at the moment, just Twitch chat. But all of the alt line of the French DDs, their AP fuse time is standardized to 0.01 seconds.
Yeah, I would classify this as basically a buff. Obviously, having slightly longer fuses on your AP shells, especially in a destroyer, is generally considered to be worse for the purpose of fighting other destroyers and lighter ships. I believe the shells of this line kind of like range between 0.02 and 0.025-ish seconds as far as their current fuse time. So getting standardized down to 0.01 just makes them slightly more. It makes it slightly more possible to use the AP against lighter ships. Nice to have.
Yeah. Zui, apparently you're sounding a little different, but you're kind of far away. But yes, Cassard is getting another change in addition to this AP fuse time. Its detectability is getting nerfed slightly. So 7.4 to 7.7. Not a huge nerf.
But if anyone watched Warship Masters over the weekend,
there were a lot of Cassards.
Cassard, very, very popular.
Bagration is getting its big buff. So the turret traverse is reduced by quite a bit, and the reload is going down by over a second.
And then here's another, actually, like a massive buff. That I know the numbers are a little bit difficult to kind of contextualize, but Sevastopol is getting a big slight buff to her AP shell damage. But more importantly, her upper belt and deck armor is being increased from 30 to 35 millimeters. And 35 millimeters gets you over
32
most of the overmatch thresholds. Mm-hmm. It'll be exclusively Satsuma, Shikishima, and Incomparable.
And Hanover.
I totally forgot Hanover had those guns.
Yeah, that's okay.
That'll be able to overmatch your kind of like the majority of your plating. So I mean, that's a big buff to a cruiser, which does rely on tanking and healing.
Yes.
So having that plating is gonna be pretty crazy.
Fenyang and Ship Smasher, which are the same Ship Smasher as the Warhammer clone of Fenyang, they're getting a buff. The main battery reload time is reduced from 4.4 to 3.9. So, again, just a flat buff there. And that is the end of the DevBlog.
Yeah, so just a bunch of updates to old ships, essentially. Hopefully that appeases some people.
And this DevBlog will be live right after the end of the stream.
Yep, as always. Did the cruisers with heals already get compensated when the other cruisers got buffs? Some of them did, and some of them did not. For example, the Bagration did not, and this is her compensation now. But for example, Prince Eugen already got her AP shells buffed along with like in damage and ricochet angles. I believe a lot of the other heal cruisers got a little bit of a buff here and there, but the lower tier heavy Royal Navy cruisers were buffed to kind of share the same shell characteristics as Drake and Goliath. They already have the quarter pen, so.
Overlord Bow, George wanted me to say a corny thing. P.S. Hype for the Hawaii nerf. Yes, Hawaii is being nerfed. Yeah, so again, this full list of changes will be live in just under an hour.
45 minutes-ish.
Yeah. And so that takes us to the end of our DevBlog.
So who got more credits?
We will find out when I go back to the game.
Are we counting like the number on personal score or go to credits and XP?
Like my net total is negative 120,000.
Okay, so I got more.
My base earned was 262,000.
I think we're going off of the total earned.
Okay, then I am negative 120,000.
Did you have a booster on?
I did.
Which booster? Just so we're
green.
Okay, I had blue booster, so maybe
that's still you. That's you did better. Also, yes, hello to Overlord Bow in the chat. We always appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, the whole line got a nice little buff to their heal percentage, and for those who know, that heal percentage does matter quite a bit. It is a nice buff to the Hindenburg line. Auschwitz line, I guess, if you want to count it that way.
Vallejo buff one day. Does Vallejo need a buff?
That's a hard question.
That's
for
a hard
me.
question.
I am personally a very big fan of Vallejo, but I don't think the community perception of her is particularly positive.
She's in a weird spot of being a tier 9. All right, so
it's MTTV. What does the radar on BB's change mean? It means that their cooldown is still the same, but at the very beginning of the battle, they'll start on a lengthy cooldown.
Rock says, anyone else just put together that zuiKatsu is, well, it's not it's more of a portmanteau, but it's zuikaku and chickenkatsu.
It isn't a popular interpretation, but it is not the correct one.
Is it not?
No.
What is it?
It's a portmanteau of zuikaku and katsuragi, which is just another Japanese carrier.
I swear,
Katsuragi is a light carrier, is a light Japanese carrier.
I thought for sure on stream you said it was chickenkatsu.
No, it's not.
You learn something new every day on chat. You learn something new every day. So we've done super ships. I would prefer to not do them again. What tier would you like to do, chat?
That's your portmanteau there.
Arden wants us to do tier 8 so he can make me play the Alliance. I'm seeing 8. We're not doing tier 2, Pockington.
Neither are we doing tier 1. So that's not an option. If they're on the test server, Templar, you can be reasonably assured that they're coming into the live servers the next patch. The public test is the test for the next patch.
Although they do sometimes tend to go back into development.
Yeah, some features end up not in the live game, but for the most part, they'll end up in the live game.
Gizmo will redeem himself the next stream. I admit the Hanover game wasn't great, but my first game in the Irizar was pretty good. I've had some...
Arden says he'll match you in Alliance.
I really don't want to do submarine gameplay. I'm going to be real, chat. I am radar range mod Minotaur?
GP1, is that you?
Hello? Okay, well, why don't we jump into tier, let's see, we did tier 9 with the Triunfante, we did tier 10, let's do tier 8.
Could do tier 8.
Lighthouse range minnow. What would a lighthouse build minnow even do?
Who hurt you?
Let me just make this ship objectively worse real quick.
Let's see.
Let's see, at tier 8, I'm going back through the Talon line. I had a Kraken in this actually right before the stream started.
Talon is a solid ship. I think it's like definitely one of the sleeper cruisers of the heel patch.
It's excellent.
It's so good. I'm trying to find myself a battleship to play just because I don't think I have yet. Oh, you know what? I could play Prince of Wales, and so I will.
Total, we know we hurt you because we just announced a nerf for Cleveland. So Talon is a very good ship, but it falls in a very weird spot because it is in the heavy cruiser line, but it has the 180.
Yeah, it has 180 millimeter guns, but they do still share that really powerful AP characteristic that the rest of the line does have. So.
I absolutely annihilated some battle cruisers in that earlier match.
But the result of that is that unlike her higher tier compatriots, her HE is still quite good.
Yeah.
And then she also retains the very, very powerful AP. So it's just she just got the best of both worlds because she's a sort of light cruiser. Awesome, Ant. It was the wording in the devlog was to upper belt and deck. So both up to 35 millimeters.
I don't see Arden in this match. Did we dodge this? I think we dodged the submarine. We did not dodge carriers. There is a Yorktown on the enemy team. We also did not dodge being bottom tier, which is quite dangerous for us.
I'm kind of okay with it. You're maybe not.
I'm less okay.
Any ship with 155, I believe your threshold is 203-ish.
Yeah, it generally it's a bit of a flexible term. In the same way that people don't agree on whether or not the Graf Spee was a battle cruiser or a pocket battleship or a Panzerschiff. Matchmaking working as intended? Yes, because there is a 2-tier spread. So that is within the matchmaking
155 is a light cruiser. 180 is also still a light cruiser, which is what Talon has. Talon has 180s.
Total, it's an 8-inch gun.
Let's say there are disputes, whether something counts as a light cruiser or not. But in our game, we think of 180s as light cruiser guns.
Yes. So the London Naval Treaty obviously was very significant, but naval historians have debated the exact definition of this for a very long time. Again, the point at which, certain ships belong to one class or another starts to get a bit fuzzy.
Believe the threshold is 180. I'm not the historian here, unfortunately, so I got a spotting ribbon in the middle of the map. On what?
Grafmir, the devlog was just read out on stream, but it will go live on the website just after the stream.
Yeah, you have about 35-ish minutes until the devlog is scheduled to go up onto our various platforms. I'll be posting it to Reddit, and it will be live on the devblog, actual devblog, very soon.
Speaking of Missouri, which we mentioned twice in that devblog, there's one right over there. You have the Talon. Yes, this is the Azur Lane Talon. I have the commander and the camo on, so I'm going for maximum weebery.
Big fan of the Azur Lane Talon.
I think this is one of the better Azur Lane camos. This looks awesome. I love I can't tell it's supposed to be lightning or ice, maybe both, but it looks really good.
I believe for that nation in Azur Lane, it's ice kind of themed. So my guess is that is ice of some sort.
And then yes, as far as what class the Alaska was, that's one of the ships that's generated a lot of discourse. The Americans called it a large cruiser. The British probably would have called it a battle cruiser had they built it. It just kind of depends on who you ask. Alright, so I am at very long range. I did get set on fire, but honestly, I kind of want to go dark. So I'm going to go ahead and extinguish the fire, even though it was just one. I have a minute cooldown.
And I am happily torching a Libertad.
Yeah. There's a lot of movement on this flank.
And Zui takes the lead as far as setting fires.
So I'm going to flip myself around.
Is that the competition now, or are we lighting fires?
It
Number
is,
of fires.
and you only have 8% of the votes. 92%.
I don't think people know what your ship does.
And 40,000 Krakens are voting for Gizmo, so you have no pressure.
Oh, you're wrong. This the Talon is very good at setting fires, especially for a Soviet cruiser. It's unusually good for its line because it has the smaller guns than its bigger siblings. But the Prince of Wales is spectacular at setting fires. So
the main problem for me is that an incomparable exists on my flank, which is very scary.
But you can set him on fire an infinite number of times because he just doesn't care.
He won't die.
Those are 2 tier 9 battleships looking at me, which, ow, I don't appreciate.
Our Gearing and Prince of Aranya are unfortunately stuck against the island, against that Libertad, and I don't want to be in secondary range of him either. So, I mean...
Can we go back to the plane kills one? I'm leading on that, I think.
I would assume so.
I have 3.
What?
I say I don't have expert loader on this ship, which I really wish I did, but Kevgoat Bogsy is not a CM anymore. We do miss him, but he is on to not necessarily bigger and better things, but he's doing his own thing.
Hopefully doing his own thing. I believe he started a podcast.
He did.
So
he started a podcast.
Trying to track that one down.
He started a podcast on what it means to be a man. And he has some interesting guests. So
he's got a pretty cool guest lineup. Actually.
I would recommend going, and he still streams. If you want to go, give him a follow over here on Twitch, or if you're viewing on one of our other platforms. First of all, hello. Second of all, give him a follow here on Twitch and tell him we sent you.
Might be time for me to start peeling away.
My game froze. That's not good. Oh dear. Okay, I'm back. It's like nothing ever happened. I think the computer's starting to overheat as much as we are.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Really, no hits on the Puerto Rico. Ah, there it is. And a fire. Lucky me. Not actually that lucky. The ship's fire transfer shell is quite high.
How's the weather? Hot. It is still very much the dog days of summer here in Austin. It's been over 100 for about the last week. And the AC in the office is really struggling.
It's just getting us ready to go outside.
Yeah. It doesn't want us to have a sharp transition between indoor and outdoor. So we should really be thanking the AC. It's doing its damnedest.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get colds, right?
Yeah.
Big temperature differences. How did I land 7 shells on Libertad and not set a fire?
It's the mystery to all of us. Okay, the Adigo is shooting at me. I'm going to pop my heal. I'm going to pop my Hydro because Adigo is over there. I think I'm outside of his torpedo range, but you know, I'm not going to... Yep, there it is. Yep, I was outside of his torpedo range, but it was closer than I would have liked.
I think Puerto Rico actually can Citadel me, so I'm gonna play it safe here against him. Angle.
Let's see. Our in-game chat is right. We don't really need to be chasing them down. We do have a slight point advantage, and we're about to get a second cap over them. So all we have to do is just survive.
Survive and kill.
Total, I think I was, because you said something in chat, and now I can't see what that is without tabbing out of the game, and I have things going on.
If you don't have a smartphone, honestly, I envy you.
Yeah, really. How is your peaceful life?
Oh god, there's a Trump on me now.
The brave attempt of setting fires with AP shells.
I am not aiming for fires, I'm aiming to deal damage. And this ship has very good AP.
Looks like the enemy battleships have decided to leave me alone, which I appreciate.
Plane spotted. This is getting to be somewhat risky business here. Oh, yes. No, totally, you do not need to be concerned about the topic of Bogsy's podcast. It's more of a commentary as far as I understand it, and please go actually watch the podcast rather than just taking my word for it. It's more commentary on the nature of sort of masculinity and what it means in that sense. But again, go check out Bogsy and check out his podcast. Ow, that hurt. I have very little health remaining.
The Trump alone has given me my concentrated AA fire.
I am dark, which is good, but I have no health, which is bad.
You have any heals remaining?
I do not.
Oh,
I have 346 health.
What is it? 0 is all you. 1 is all you need.
1 is all I need, and I have really nowhere to go. I'm spotted. I'm going to die. Goodbye, world. As soon as someone sneezes in my direction, I will be dead.
Come on, give me a fire on the Libertad. He just DCP'd.
I am very scared. Ow. That honestly kind of jump scared me. Oh, he just got a double strike.
Yeah.
That was bad. Thank you, chat. I said if someone sneezes on me, I die, and then suddenly everyone has a cold. You're all so clever.
Well, that's going to be one of the bigger upsets. That is going to be 150,000
Oh my god,
plus
that's a
Krakens distributed. To those who doubted the zuiKatsu.
First of all, why would you ever do that? zuiKatsu is an amazing World of Warships player. Wow, total. Harsh. Harsh and mean. You have harshed the vibes.
Problem solved, sir.
All a smartphone does is encourage companies to insist that you get their app to do basic stuff. That is a boomer take I am happy to share in. I should not need to download an app to use the microwave. I should not need to pay a subscription to use my printer. I have already bought the ink. I've already bought the printer. Why do I need to have a card on file to use them? Yes. Total. Absolutely. QR codes need to go. All right. Paper menus. I understand that during COVID, we're trying to limit contact, but it's been a couple of years. We can just hand me a menu so I can look at the item. Especially
I don't mind QR code menus if you actually use them to display cool stuff. Like I've seen ones like restaurants where they have like videos playing of like and like I don't know. It's kind of cool, I guess. But oh my god, I can take another one.
But especially if you have like a large menu and you can't view it well on a single screen.
Yeah.
Like if you have a menu with a bunch of tabs on your website, that just bothers the heck out of me. I'm sorry. If I have to click on a tab for appetizers and then a tab for drinks and then a tab for entrees and then a tab for desserts, and the site always loads slowly. It's always poorly optimized. You can't zoom in if there's pictures. Just make the menus laminated. I'm with you, chat. I'm with you all the way.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna survive to my next heal. It's only 5 seconds away. No. Yeah.
How many did you set?
11.
11. Hot darn. I say if I had wanted to set a comparable number of fires at tier 8, I probably would have bought either my De 7 or my Vrihide.
Yeah, the 7 would be definitely a good pick for that. I did get 3.6 million potential.
That is quite significant.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like adjusting prices, adjusting items on the menu. Like I get that saves a lot of like paper for reprinting all your menus when you need to make like an item change and stuff like that.
I believe the literal term is menu cost, right?
I wouldn't know. So
if I'm remembering my economics classes. Yes, Finder Keeper. I will be the old man yells at Cloud. I will do that happily. Let's see. We got about... If we go fast, we have enough time for 2 more matches, I think.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Chat, give us a tier. Gotta go fast, yes. Actually, to that end, I did just get the Palo Emilio, but I don't want to play that on stream yet because I'm not good at it. And then we're not doing below tier 5. The games are too slow. And by that I mean the actual pace of the ships. Joe Bob says
just keep going down.
7?
Down to 7?
Yeah, we can go 7s. Why doesn't the ship Admirante Irizar appear in the captain's log? To my knowledge, I don't think all ships appear in the captain's log. It depends on how they're distributed. If you want a more comprehensive list of all the ships in the game, you should check out the wiki. And I'm not at all biased in saying that.
What is this camo? Oh my god. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that.
Oh, the Dreadfin for Lambda. Yeah, that was in the event pass where you got the ship for the first time. And it still scares me. I remember I saw that camo for the first time, and it freaked me out.
Pig Dog Hybrid. We are not at all associated with Lesta or with Russia. I'm not sure where your information is
I'll
coming
step in. You're welcome to have opinions, but do not spread false information, because that will be moderatable.
Yeah,
that was a whole split.
The parent company for Wargaming is Wargaming. there is no one above there. And Lesta and Wargaming are entirely separate entities.
And has been for several years now.
Yep.
DevBlog will be live after the stream.
Yep.
So
you'll have your link very soon. It is just not quite yet.
All right. Not bad matchmaking.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Under the control of Big Yari. Okay.
15 more minutes for the drop. Well, I believe we're going to be alive at least for another 20-ish minutes. So you should be in the clear.
You should be fine. Just don't touch that dial. So for anyone who doesn't have the Nuremberg 44,
that thing is a beast.
It is an absolute monster. You essentially have Elbing guns at tier 7.
I believe they're like the shells are the exact same. It just doesn't have the dispersion of the Elbing, as far as I know, right? Yeah.
Also, you have a really pretty looking Christmas camo.
Yep, that's definitely one of the highlights of that. The issue with claiming the drop, unfortunately, we can't like double check test claiming the drop on our side.
We set it up, and unfortunately, when it's on Twitch, there is a chance the issue is with Twitch as opposed to our channel. And in that case, then it is...
Yeah, like we don't do a lot of controlling the drops and setting the drops from here in Austin, unfortunately. So,
if it has been at 100% for a while and you haven't been able to collect it, I would recommend either refreshing the page or going directly to your inventory page. If neither of those work, then I would say maybe watch a little longer. I don't know if if it takes a while to update that you have reached 100% progress, but will there be chances to reach progress after the stream?
Yes.
Yes, there's an EU stream tomorrow.
Our regular weekly EU stream happens. It's about, 5 hours prior to our stream. So like, if you whatever time zone you happen to be in, we started at 5 p.m. Central, and EU stream I believe starts at 11 a.m. Central. So it's about six hours prior, something like that.
Joe Bob, more premiums released for individual sale. We did just have the summer event, which had several ships, sort of just for direct sale, including Rhode Island, which I know is a very popular one. As far as direct sale, again, all premiums will have a direct sale option, but as far as what form that takes, it varies.
I think as long as that New Mexico doesn't look at me funny, I am very happy.
See, I'm going to pop my Hydra because there is an Akatsuki right there. And that scares me. I said things scare me in this stream a lot. I think perhaps I'm just a little anxious about World of Warships. I've been playing a lot of cruisers though, and we were discussing this with one of the other CMs earlier today. Cruisers are generally very scared of a lot of things. Cruisers, the potential to go from full HP to 0 HP is much higher in a cruiser than it is for any other class in the game. You can be, right, because you have a citadel, and you also don't have the armor protection of a battleship. So, ow, like that. That hurt. I would love to get closer to him to try and use my Hydro. But at the same time, I also, again, scared. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do a tactical reposition to the rear. Don't say retreat. I'm not scared. Cruisers need to keep moving to not die. Some of them, yes. But some of them very much want to hug an island and don't move at all.
And some, so the thing is about keep moving to stay alive. If you have prop mod, right, prop mod actually only works between 0 and 6 knots. It doesn't do anything outside of that. So I would say, especially when you're fighting against battleships at long range, being completely at a standstill is where you have the most agency as the cruiser player. It's where you can move forwards or backwards very, very quickly. And you can turn and you can, I don't know, it's where you have the most kind of levers to pull as far as actually dodging the shells. And it's where prop mod is the most effective. It's most effective when you're,
Gee whiz.
What's it called? When you're accelerating away from 0 knots. And only up to 6 knots is where it drastically improves your engine performance. So for example, in Delandro, this is very much a long-range kiting cruiser. I've been sitting, for the most part, still, and just watching as the battleships fire, and then I go in the opposite direction. Because that's where prop mod has the most effect, right?
Does Zoomer take WoW's fans on machines only? WoW's hates HVAC. The HVAC seems to hate us. Yep. We do not have good AC right now.
It is quite warm in our streaming room. The big lights and the multiple PCs doesn't help, obviously. But AC has been having some struggles.
Dr. Helsing, yes. So again, that is the struggle of playing a cruiser, is sometimes you just blow up, especially low-tier cruisers do tend to do that. If anyone has ground through the Omaha, I'm sure they can relate. The Omaha, the Marblehead, Rattlehead, the... why am I losing the one that was the Soviet Lend-Lease version? The very good one. Murmansk.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Omahas in the game. There's the Marblehead Lima as well. Yes, cruisers are going to be great nibble bets for a battleship. So, again, this is something we were discussing with Misty Chew earlier, is overmatch is a very, very important mechanic to understand. and it makes battleships very, very scary to a lot of cruisers. Unfortunately, you don't always have the privilege of picking fights with ships that you can safely engage, and so sometimes you will just die.
Looks like that was an instant DCP out of the repulse, so I'll continue to focus on him. Every cruiser can be one-shot if hit right. That's not something exclusive to Minotaur and Edgar.
And in fact, it is quite common for especially low-tier cruisers.
My fire. Should be the end of him.
What happened to the Tier 11 German destroyer? The Z-57 is in testing.
Yep.
If you get hit right and the enemy's a bit lucky with dispersion, yes. Now, I'm not going to say that that was, all luck, no skill on the part of the person that killed me. Obviously, I could have played better. I was very exposed on that flank, and as a cruiser, especially a light cruiser, you really never want to be the outrider. You don't want to be the person that's kind of holding down a flank. You want to have battleships and destroyers that are supporting you. You are a second-line ship. And although the Fuso is now moving towards the cap, the Akatsuki was well behind me, and I didn't have spotting, and I also didn't have someone to tank. And so even though I had smokescreen, a short burst smokescreen, I did not have a survivability countermeasure to keep myself alive in that scenario. And so I should have played more conservatively. Also, it sounds like in chat, one of the fixes might be checking your phone or using the app as opposed to the PC or desktop.
Our Katsuki's having a great game here. I've seen him land a whole pile of torps.
The new devlog is not published yet. It will be right after the stream. Akatsuki absolutely ninjaing that kill. 574 health remaining on that cruiser.
He's the one who torped him to bring him that low, I think, so. Not entirely a yoink, but...
Okay, it sounds like the mobile app is working, and
also clicking fast is working.
Yeah. So just be a Barbiano player, or be a Hawaii player. What's the tech tree ship with the most main battery guns? It honestly might be something low tier. It might be something like the Svetlana or the St. Louis.
Something like that.
A lot of the low tier ships have a lot of main batteries, but just be something like that. Be a pre-nerf Hawaii player. Well, the nerf has not hit live servers yet, but we did just announce it half an hour ago ish. Yeah, it was about midway through the devblog. Yeah. We started reading around 6 o'clock, so yeah, I'd say it was around about half an hour.
Hawaii is not a tech tree ship.
It is not.
I think, thankfully. Otherwise, there would be a lot more of them.
There would be a lot of them,
and I don't think that would be enjoyable. Yodo has 6, right?
It has 6 main battery turrets, but it has 18 guns.
The same as Worcester? Does Worcester also have 6, or is it 5?
3 bow, 3 stern, I believe. Or is it only 2 stern? No, it might only be 2 stern. It might just be 10.
No, it's not going for me.
So we will have time for one more match after all.
Yeah.
Those who didn't tune in from the beginning, do you want to bring out Triunfante at the Tier 9 again?
Sure, we can.
Yeah, we can give it one more roll.
Worcester
Worcester does have 6. Yeah. Okay. And yes, Yodo has 18 barrels, but in terms of actual main battery turrets as opposed to barrels. So
there has to be something with more than 6 turrets.
Yeah, I mean, I believe per the shipperty we did some time ago, Barbiano has the most turrets.
Well, what for tech trees?
But for tech trees, yeah, I'm not sure. I think it would be. I think it would be like the St. Louis.
Yeah.
Or like the Bogatyr or something. Something low.
Woohoo! I'm a big fan of Launch. I played it literally for the first time today, and it's just so maneuverable. It's so much
a very
fun to
good ship. Let's see. So we're gonna go all the way back to the Triunfante. I did not get any.
Your Krakens are safe for now.
For now. All right, I have Triunfante ready.
Let me double check here. I guess I could throw on a credit booster. It's a tier 9 premium.
Yeah, you have the luxury of not needing it. Some people were asking for a Turkish clone of Agincourt as a premium. I would say it is, again, it has a very interesting history of being Ottoman, Brazilian, British, not necessarily in that order. And so there are already 2 of the 3 versions of that ship in the game. But who knows? Maybe eventually, I believe it was the Sultan Osman I was the name when it was a Turkish ship. Snarf would know. Snarf, what was it when you were there?
The HMF IL.
St. Louis has 10 main guns. That's probably the most.
18 secondaries. That's got to be up there. Does Bogatyr have more? Again, a lot of those low-tier cruisers have a lot of individual turrets because they only have 1 in each, and they also had them all the way down the sides. Osman III, thank you.
All right, well, this is going to be an interesting match. Like, the Yamato and Aki are not going to be predisposed to getting into close range.
No, but it is an arms race, which is interesting for us.
You get some more damage buffs for AP.
I mean, if we wanted to redo that prediction of who gets the bigger salvo, this would certainly give you a bigger number. Let's see, and then the Gudenlu in front of me is showing off, I believe this was last year's Kot skin with the Flying Dutchman.
Last year's was Colombo.
Last year's, it was 2 years ago was the...
So, Gudenlu would be 2 years ago, yeah.
It does have the very
It's cool like
spectral
VFX,
smoke.
yeah.
Kolberg has 12x1. Okay, so that's more than St. Louis.
But yeah, keep an eye out for, especially on the COTS Discord, we will be posting more and more about King of the Sea as we draw closer to the tournament itself.
What's the COTS mean?
COTS horse?
Yeah, that's the
It's just a horse.
I don't understand the COTS memes. I'm trying to fit in.
The skin this year might have something to do with it.
Light it? I don't know.
Might.
I just know that there's an emote that says horses in, which I use a good amount on our Discord, just because people love to bring the COTS stuff into the global Discord.
Oh yeah. And yeah, for those of you who weren't aware, there is a separate Discord for King of the Sea. I believe it's Discord.
The link is in
/King of the Sea, but
you can find the link in the global Discord under, I believe it's server information.
Yeah. So if you want the latest like competitive news, usually the large tournaments, so Warship Masters and King of the Sea will be announced over there. Get in touch, maybe play it yourself.
Okay, there's a Yamato, there's an Aki, there's an Azuma, there's a lot of very large, very angry guns.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's not a great start. Yamagiri going down.
For the prediction this time, for those who don't know, we did this earlier, and I think it tapped out at what, 37K?
37K, yeah.
Yeah, just
So whoever does the most damage with a single salvo, so 1 double click is all you get. Whatever the biggest number wins.
Gee whiz, Venezia. That one stings.
Yeah.
Venezia does mean things to battleships.
Mean things to pretty much everything.
That Worcester gets spotted again, I might do mean things to the Worcester. Oh, there's a Sicilia. That's bad, though. That's real bad, though. I don't like the Sicilia. I want it to go away. Okay, that could have been a lot worse.
Oh boy.
The Venezia hurts worse. The Venezia hurts a lot.
16.5K, I guess, is our current high. I think I'm just gonna let this flood tick on me, to be honest.
Let's see. You were at 16.5 total. That was about 13.5 from my salvo.
And we'll get another chance here.
In addition to the more damage, the the ships will have more health to the buff, so there will be even more opportunities. Oh, Gizmo needs to smile more. Okay, sorry. I'm locking in. I really
oh
want to
my
do well in
god,
this
that
battle.
airstrike just walloped the tie hang. Holy crap. I don't know why walloped was the first word that came to mind there,
I
but...
mean, it's appropriate. And then, yes, Finder Keeper. I did get the reference. Simon and Garfunkel. Good song.
I think it's still 16.5.
I believe that is slightly higher than my 13 point, just about 5.
And you have the whole team over there this time. We traded spots. Last time I had the whole team, and now you have the whole team. So.
Yeah, the Rhode Island is just content to sit here. Which is, I guess that's okay. I would just prefer if he would do it somewhere not directly in front of me.
Another random ship copy, Vincent. More like random ship copy, Duncan. But I get your
Similar
gist.
problem.
I get it.
There's a few of them in the game. Rhode Island, why are you doing this? Go away. You reversed.
He just really likes you.
He reversed to let me go in front, or at least I think he reversed to let me go in front of him, which would be nice. But then as soon as I started accelerating, he accelerated back into me. Go away. There's the smile, chat. If you were looking for me to smile, it's a smile of pain. Let's see. Duplicate tokens ratio for the Spanish Commander Collection is 3-1. We can show the puzzle after we get out of this battle.
Wait, what's wrong with playing T9? I wasn't aware it was particularly not liked.
Let's see. And that was 14,600, I think, which is still not as high as yours, but...
I have nothing to shoot at for like since I landed that salvo. Our gearing has made it all the way up into the enemy. Well, they don't. Like I don't know. Like I feel like the sentiment around super ships is like a Hanover is a big GK.
Yeah, a Hanover. I would honestly say it's worse considering how much of a big target it is.
Like the super ships being like exceptionally strong is not a guarantee across the board. I mean, there are some that are exceptionally strong. Conde obviously comes to mind as being like a humongo upgrade over Henri, but like you like cross over to like other stuff. Like Clausewitz is not significantly stronger than Hindenburg.
That was 17-4.
Okay, so you're in the lead now. So
Yes.
At 17-4.
And then this Azuma is sailing into the range of my funny button.
Devastation is definitely not actually that much stronger than Conqueror in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag.
It's significantly I think its firing angles make it a lot more...
Oh geez, how much was that? I think that was about 18. There were two different numbers. It was kind of hard for me to track.
Okay. It was the same for me last time. It was like two numbers combined into one.
See, the Aki is kind of busting my chops here.
Patry is extremely strong. The tier
that was 25,534.
Nice.
And that was only 2 turrets.
Sometimes you only need 2. Hopefully that ends the Venezia here. Yep, 20k for me against the Venezia, but still, that is not the big number you got earlier.
Okay, HP generation, the strongest buff in my opinion.
And Garfield, as much as like Alfondatori does have slightly better damage output than Colombo, but Colombo's firing angles are literally more than 10 degrees better.
Yeah, no,
it
it
is
has
significantly tankier.
A lot of strengths.
So like, yeah, it's not like a cut and dry.
Colombo does not need help.
The Alfondatori is like Colombo but better. It's not necessarily entirely true. You did miss the DevBlog, but you are very close to having it for yourself. So
yes. Although I understand that that means you have to read it yourself rather than having Zooey and I to read it to you. I can only
God.
apologize. You can always watch the VOD and get our voices.
Oh, I think I have it now. 42.7k.
Gee
That being
whiz.
said, he did the same salvo back to me. We just did the 40k salvo to
Oh.
each other.
What were you shooting at?
Yamato.
Oh, okay. That is something that can do this on a regular basis. You can keep that up all day. I think you also just took the total damage lead.
Got him. I reload slightly faster.
Clyde plays live. Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you.
Hey. How's it going? And I suppose the F-52 is coming around the corner to tort me? Question mark? Maybe? I'll just sit here until someone bails me out of this strange situation.
Go ahead and wait on it.
Oh, we win. Okay. Fair enough.
You just
at the very
last
end,
salvo. Come on, give me more damage.
fine.
Give me more damage. I don't think I caught up.
How long have y'all been playing? I mean, right now, about 2 hours.
Yep.
If you're talking about our
total experience.
Total experience. For me, I did start playing in the closed beta, and I took a somewhat long break. And then I came back for the start of clan battles, and then after clan battle season 20ish, I took another break, and then I'm back when I got the job. I guess you can put it that way.
And then I've played fairly consistently since alpha. I say I don't have as many battles as some of the other CMs, just because I have been doing this professionally for nearly as long as they have. And when you're CM, unsurprisingly, your number of battles tends to go up pretty quickly.
Yep.
Let's see. Garfield, get your last question in at the buzzer. Why is not every battleship designed like Yamato? You know what to expect. You know how to punish it with very little randomness. If you're referring to just like the armor scheme, again, that's somewhat a function of the fact that the Yamato adopted the all or nothing kind of scheme from what the Americans were typically using. But also on a broader point, why is every battleship not designed like Yamato? That would probably be pretty boring. Again, if you're referring to the predictability of its armor, yes, the cheeks are a very noticeable weak point.
By that he means the vulnerability of its armor. I think for the most part, battleship armor is pretty predictable. And there are just battleships with very low citadels where like it really does rely on dispersion, right? To an extent.
Every new ship has a no citadel. It's just dumb. Well, I think we both. You received like 40,000.
Yeah, I mean he did 40k to me,
so
straight through my nose. it's a Duncan.
So this is a new ship. It does have a citadel. The new Pan American DDs do not have citadels because they are destroyers.
Irizar has quite a large citadel.
a massive citadel.
In any case, it's I don't know, like we have to tread the line between doing like this is a nice gun battleship that has a citadel and has good damage output versus something that it like appeals to different players. And of course, like everyone has their own preferences for ships that they like to play and play against.
Yes.
And that's just kind of how it is.
Yes, total. I said cheeks. The Yamato bow cheeks. Yes, it reminds people of a blushing anime girl.
But yeah, that'll be it for us this Wednesday. Of course, we will be back this next Wednesday
week
at the same time, same place.
And
if you're a little bit behind on your drop, you can go over to the EU stream and try to grab it there.
Yes, so go ahead and tune in tomorrow to see the EU stream. We are raiding out to Prof de Historia, so go ahead and join on with the raid and tell them we say hi. And we will catch you back here next week.
Yep. See you guys.
See you then, Commanders.